man. I remember when we got the call that Pac got shot. And I froze, I stuck, like, what? Because we had just went through this in New York.
For the second time in 2 years, a prominent rap artist has been shot and badly wounded. Tupac Shakur is in critical condition in the Las Vegas hospital tonight. Shakur was shot 4 times in the chest.
I don't know the details of how the incident went, but I remember after the fight, Pac come in the room and he like, I just knocked this nigga out. And he took off the button-up orange shirt and threw on a jersey and then went back downstairs telling me and Kadada, y'all stay in the room. So we really pissed off about it because we didn't understand that these West Coast people take this gang shit real serious. I don't even think Pac understood it.
You know, one of the worst things that you could do on the street is slap somebody or stomp somebody. That's an act of pure humiliation. You don't do it. And I think that Orlando Anderson's mobbed up and they went on the hunt. And there was enough Crips there and enough eyes where they were able to get lucky and see Tupac at that light.
That last photo of him in that car, that just breaks my heart. Because I wonder if he knew.
The rap star came to Las Vegas to see a Tyson Seldon fight on Saturday. Afterwards, he was going out to the 662 Club with some friends when a gunman pulled up alongside in a Cadillac and opened fire. Shakur took 4 bullets.
And that was that. And then let's say an hour later, me and Kadada, we in the cab going to the hospital. I'm hoping that when I see Pac, that this is like a New York shooting. That he's coherent, that he's walking around the room, right? He's Pac, you know? But when we got to the room, this is when I knew that this was serious. It was totally different. He was connected to all these tubes up his nose and his mouth, arms, everything. The machine is going off.
He is severely injured internally. He has multiple gunshot wounds to the chest.
He is not sitting up and he is not talking.
At that point, I wanted to make sure that Kadada was all right, because it was just me and her there. She's fucked up. Me, I'm fucked up, but I'm like the next of kin at the hospital. So we called my Aunt Fanny, and I'm like, Pac's gonna have a hard time. If he's gonna make it, he's gonna have to fight real, real hard.
I found out about it when I was in Atlanta. I took the first plane that I could get. But that period from the time you get the news and you're trying to get to your loved one is an incredibly long, horrible period of time. And I think my mind wanted to just go into shutdown and not accept it. I was in a fog. I didn't understand. I understood nothing.
The next day, once everyone came to the hospital, it became a whole new hysteria. My mom came, and I was relieved.
I didn't think it would be so many people. So that was disconcerting for me. He was in a medically induced coma. He lost a lung and his ring finger was shot off. The first thing that goes through me when I see him, I can remember this, is that I thought of my mother when she was on life support. I had to give the consent, take her off life support. But then I'm listening to what people are saying, that he'll, you know, people have done this before, he'll be fine.
We're on a constant prayer vigil. We praying that God will spare his life.
Yep, Jesse Jackson, his mama was in the hallway. His mama let me in there. We didn't talk the last day and a half before he got shot. So imagine how I felt when I go to the hospital and we ain't right. Afeni pulled me to the side and said some encouraging words as far as, get your spirit right, nigga. He used to seeing you up. I'm going there like the puppy dog, going there like Snoop Dogg. But I went there like, what's up, nigga? And I know he couldn't hear me, but my spirit was talking to him. What's up, my nigga? What's happening? I was talking to his spirit. I want to apologize, nigga, for making you mad the other day. That's a different kind of feeling, man. When it's one of your friends.
We are here at the University Medical Center in Las Vegas, where Tupac Shakur has remained in critical condition for over a week. Doctors felt this is a crucial week in determining whether he would survive.
He remains in critical condition. I've been told this evening that he is scheduled for some additional surgery, which is not unusual when you have injuries that are this severe.
The doctor put him on dialysis just in case his kidney failed. But every time they put him on the machine, his heart would stop. And they said we resuscitated him 3 times, and she heard that finally. What did you say?
Tupac had stopped breathing. And every time they revived him, he just went back. And I really felt it was important for Tupac, who fought so hard to have a free spirit, to be allowed to be free, you know? And so I rejoiced with him and with the release of his spirit. I rejoiced then and I rejoice now when I'm not crying.
Mom, I really do love you. I appreciate everything you've done for me. I've done a lot of the things that I wanted to do. I've led a good life. I'm not happy here. If I died tonight, I'm happy.
I asked him to let him go.
World's best mom.
Well now, here we are, the light of our life. The star in our galaxy is now dead. I said, could I go see him? And Afeni said, go ahead. I go in, and they got a big boom box in the room playing his music. I saw my nephew laying on the table with the sheet up to his neck, and the machines are all off. I know he's dead. And I was looking at him, and I'm touching him, and I'm kissing him. I kissed him at his head, I kissed his hands, I kissed his feet, and I'm saying to him, you just fly. Uprooted completely. And Afeni is now out of the public eye. She's now the mother grieving over her son. Imagine, who has been murdered. Every day of her life, she has to live with that. And now that he's murdered, he's just not, because it's a lot, my sister spoke a lot about this. A lot of black women, a lot of women lost their children to gun violence. She's not the only one, you know? But her son was famous, and it was all public.
Hi, I'm Tabitha Soren with an MTV News Brief. Thursday morning's Tupac Shakur memorial service in Los Angeles has been canceled by the murdered rapper's label, Death Row Records, which says it could not find a venue big enough to hold all the fans and well-wishers who wanted to attend.
His devoted fans who believed his rap litany mirrored their lives are mourning.
Where were you in your career when Tupac died?
Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere.
When I heard that Tupac died, I was cooking in the restaurant,
and tickets were piling up and shit. I'm like, I don't care, fire me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, that was devastating. It's just like, oh my God. Tupac was the first rapper to me that could make you cry. Like I felt him that much. And, you know, me not knowing my dad and shit was going on with my mom and the whole shit, like, it was just like, oh my God, that's me, you know? He was like 1 year older than me. You know, he was only 25 years old. And we were just like, what the fuck?
Manhood. They say a man ain't a man till he's 27. You're still a baby at 25. Knowing him through growth in time and healing and becoming a grown and a wiser man all these relationships that he had with people that wasn't right was gonna get right because his spirit was always right. And now, here's a war that nobody can stop.
People started calling my aunt's house all through the day, through the night. Calls from all the East Coast callers.
Is Tupac really dead?
Calls from the West Coast.
You gonna get the motherfuckers that killed your son, yo?
And what happened with Biggie is just like, oh my God.
In Los Angeles, police tonight are investigating the gangland-style murder of gangster rap music star Biggie Smalls.
B.I.G.'s West Coast rival, Tupac Shakur, was killed in a similar hail of bullets 6 months ago in Las Vegas.
Police are investigating rumors that a feud between rappers on the East Coast and West Coast led to these shootings.
So that was all the misunderstanding that never had understanding. Companies going down the hill, everybody's in disarray. We got to be strong enough for each other to know that that's what they really want. They don't want us together. When we were structuring together, they tore down the Panther Party, and then they brainwashed us to not love each other. And then we create the Crips and the Bloods, and then they got us fighting each other and break us down. When we fight each other, they let it live.
Rap artists and producers called for an end to the rivalry and the violence.
A lot of people like to say that rap, you know, is a negative, is this and that. But for me to you, rap saves lives. So we have to understand that we only better when we move as one, that we learn to understand each other, and ain't nothing you could really do but just try to keep doing what we doing.
Everyone else was also calling my aunt to appear on a talk show.
What I would like to share with your viewers is that I am very, very upset that we are dying at the rate that we're dying at because we can't handle our anger towards each other.
They want to do an interview.
Whatever it is that makes us buy things, you know, has created a false illusion of a rift between artists and between human beings. I don't want people to think that there is in reality people are running around, we don't like people from the East Coast and we don't like people from the West Coast. I don't think that's true.
And it's all up in the magazine. So we didn't have time to grieve. We didn't have time to mourn. It really became work.
I am hustling every day with someone or with some entity.
And then there's money. We thought we were going to stay in Tupac's home in L.A. until Afeni Shakur found out that he didn't own that house. And he didn't own any of the things that he thought he owned. And she immediately said, we're getting out of here. And that's when the packing began. And she got a houseboat in Sausalito. She needed that for herself, you know? Because everything takes time.
So here's a really good thing about this place is right over there in one of those houseboats. That's where Otis Redding wrote, "Sitting on the dock of the bay." I like to think it was actually this pier that he was sitting on and writing it. I stayed here for like 3 months, and then I came back and I stayed for another 3 months. And then one of the times I was here, that houseboat was for sale. I was like, I need this. I am in a healing process. And guess what? That's what this place is for me. That's what the people are around me, is like part of my healing. And I'm also now, I've begun therapy, you know, which is really a huge step for me, you know. But I wish that my son was here and that he could go and lie down in my bed and come out of my room and say, "Mom, what'd you cook?" I miss his being. He was my son, and I miss him as my baby, my boy, who I loved, respected, appreciated. He was my friend. He called me up in the middle of the night after he done had a hot date and tell me who he had a hot date with, and what he did, and how excited. And I said, "Tupac, why do you think?" I miss that. I miss my son.
Wow. Tupac Shakur. We all miss Pac. Jesus Christ, I miss him. I'm so spoiled by Pac that I stopped making music. Who do you put beats under now? After Pac died, there was pain and sorrow, but there was also, there was a relief. There was an exhale that happened, and there was a calm that came. All of his pain, all the voices in his head, finally silenced. There was a small funeral that Afeni had on Malibu Beach. 30 to 50 friends and family. We brought drums and we had fires burning. But we threw all the gifts in the ocean. Chicken wings and a Hennessy and his favorite pictures, jewelry, books. The water was freezing. But Afeni walked in, deep out there, to dump the urn. Afeni said it best. Don't cry for my baby. He was a strong fire. And he burned a white flame. It burned all night. And Pac lived an intense, potent, deadly 25 years. But something burns really hot. It's gone. Tupac died to get his message across. I believe that. He was a pre-thinker. He had a plan E, much less a plan B. He was always plotting. If I died this way, put this out.
Father, forgive us for living while all my homies stuck in prison, barely breathing, believing that the world is a prison. It's like a ghetto we can never leave. A broken rose giving bloom through the cracks of the concrete. So many other things for us to see, things to be. Our history so full of tragedy and misery. To all my homies never made it home, the dead peers I shed tattooed tears for when I'm alone. Picture us inside a ghetto heaven, a place to rest, finding peace through this land of stress. In my chest I feel pain coming sudden storms, life full of rain in this game, watch for land thorn. Our unborn never got to grow, never got to see what's next. In this world full of countless threats, I beg God to make a way for our ghetto kids to breathe. Show a sign, make us all believe, cause I ain't mad at you.
It's for all the homeboys that passed away. I ain't mad. All the homeboys locked in jail. All the people that lost a loved one this year. Man, you know, Pac was so on another level. Like, he was always somebody that had a plan, had an idea, had a mission, had a goal. And so he kind of, in his own weird way, prepared us for it.
We look at death from a selfish side, like, you know, that guy died, oh, it's so sad. Why is it sad? He's away from all of this bad stuff that's here on earth. He's, I mean, at the worst, he's just somewhere quiet, no nothing. At best, he's an angel, or he's at the next existence, or he's a spirit somewhere, you know. What is so bad about that? It's only bad for the people who he left, because you guys are mad. That's like some crab in the bucket type stuff. I mean, it's harsh analogy, but that's what it's like, though.
Tupac did talk about himself not being here. You know, he really did look at life and death, and that is a very odd thing for a young person, but for some reason, people believe that we are not born to die. We actually are. Every one of us gets here with two dates, the entry date and the exit date. And every human being has to make peace with that truth. Tupac made peace with it earlier than I would have liked, but he, as it turns out, did the right thing, you know, because he did make peace with it. And an artist is, generally speaking, a long time ahead of the audience, you know, so.
I kissed my mama goodbye, wiped the tears from my lonely eyes. Said I'll return, but I gotta fight to fix the ride. Don't shed a tear, cause mama, I ain't happy here. I blew trial, no more smiles for a couple of years. They got me going mags. I'm knocking busters on their backs in my cell, thinking hell, I know one day I'll be back.
I ain't mad at you. He just was like a special motherfucker. I remember before he passed away, 96, I had got into an argument with my wife. She was my girlfriend at the time. We was on the plane again. And it was me and all the death row niggas and Tupac. Everybody was like, man, fuck that bitch. Nigga, you Snoop Doggy Dogg. Nigga, you can get any bitch you want, man. Tupac was like, man, fuck what they talking about, nigga. She love you, nigga. You love her, nigga. You need to make her your wife.
Congratulations on the wedding. I hope your wife knows she gotta play it for life, and that's no bullshitting.
Now that I'm thinking about all the shit that I've done since he's been gone, he puts it in the air, then it becomes a reality.
Nice life, kids. He might have saw that for us. I don't think he saw himself grown old and being a grandfather and all the shit that I am now. He wasn't gonna bend.
And I can't even trip, cause I'm just laughing at you. You're trying hard to maintain, and go ahead, cause I ain't mad at you.
He never saw himself living to enjoy his work.
And he always said my work will happen when I'm not here anymore. I'm leaving a body of work.
I always wanted to make a book out of my life, like a fairy tale. Raised by the Black Panthers and strung out.
Tupac saw himself delivering a script, and he lived that script, leaving it for us.
Tupac left about 400 songs. We spent the first 5 years in court fighting for the rights. And what we've been able to do with that is purchase a 56-acre farm.
This is Sweet Feeny farm, baby. We own Faith farm. She always wanted land.
Niggas need a spot where we can kick it. A spot where we belong, that's just for us.
God made humans so that we would never be perfect. Tupac was an intelligent human being, but one of Tupac's problems in the beginning was that he didn't have a place to scream and holler.
A place to spend my quiet nights, time to unwind, so much pressure in this life of mine. I cried times I once contemplated suicide and would have tried, but when I held that knife, all I could see was my mama's eyes.
And I wish he could stand in the middle of the farm and throw things, and it would be okay. But if you don't have acres to throw it at, it's not okay.
Picture me inside the misery of poverty. No man alive has ever witnessed struggles I survived. Praying hard for better days, promise to hold on. Me and my dogs ain't have a choice but to roll on. We found a finally spot to kick it, where we could drink liquor and no one pick us over trick shit.
So we are now preparing to open the Tupac Shakur Center in Stone Mountain, Georgia, because one of the things that he planned to do all over the country was to build what he called at the time Thug Mansions.
In my mind's eye, I see this place the players going past and got a spot for us all so we can ball at Thug's Mansion.
Thug Mansion was all about space, opportunity, and resources geared to young people who were trapped in a violent environment that they did not invent.
I need a house that's full of love when I need to escape the deadly places slinging drugs in Thug's Mansion.
We are hoping that our next Tupac, who's going to take their family out of economic oblivion, is in this audience, and that we will be able to help you do that.
This was the Afeni of the movement. She really rose to the occasion of taking care of the business of her son.
She worked from the moment he died to elevate him in a way that wasn't able to be done when he was alive.
She was war ready.
Everybody says she crazy, she hard to work with. No, she ain't. She a smart black woman that know that her son shit need to be in her possession.
I'll just fight till there's no more breath.
And I feel like the spirit of Tupac has only grown because people got a chance to study him through his mother.
Tupac left you a message, and the message was to keep your head up.
Can you see the pride in the panther?
After he passed, man, he had 10 more albums. I wrote Afeni a note and drew a picture. She understood I was such a huge Tupac fan. She's like the sweetest lady ever, man. She was just like, do what you feel. And they gave me all his acapellas. That was one of the funnest times of my life.
As long as you keep Tupac's vision, his music, and his memory alive, his spirit will not die.
2012, Coachella. The wind stopped. The audience got quiet, and we're talking about 90,000 motherfuckers. When Tupac came up out of the ground, what the fuck is up, Coachella? And the crowd went crazy. 90,000 motherfuckers.
Oh man, the soldiers, the children soldiers in Africa, when they go in the war, they listen to Tupac music. Blows my mind. And that's just, he's probably the most famous rapper in the world. I don't care how much money you got. Fuck you, $1 billion. At the end of the day, it's immortality.
Tupac left an indelible print where people from all over the world that are oppressed, beaten, terrorized, see him as their patron saint.
And while many remember him as some thugged out superhero, Tupac knew he was only human. To be human is to be many things at once. Strong and vulnerable, hard-headed and intellectual, courageous and afraid, loving and vengeful, revolutionary and, oh yeah, don't get it fucked up, gangster. Welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Thug life. We know you're gonna live forever, because legends always do. They can't take this away from you, homie.
Can you see the pride in the panther as she glows in splendor and grace, toppling the obstacles placed in the way of the progression of his race.
I believe still in the depths of my heart, you can kill a revolutionary, but you cannot kill a revolution. Keep loving, keep creating, keep making music, keep dancing, keep living. Now, peace, we out of here.
Can you see the pride in the panther as she nurtures her young all alone? The seed must grow regardless of the fact that it's been planted and sown.
Awesome.
Can't you see the pride in the panthers?
Awesome.
As they unify as one.
Awesome.
The flower blooms for brilliance and outshines all the rays of the sun.
Awesome.
Shines bright like rays of the sun.
That's how I feel talking about my sister and my nephew. Yes, I only had one sister and one nephew, but boy, did I hit the jackpot. You know what I mean? Because look at me. They couldn't be here. They had to go so we can tell the story. Ain't that something? So we can tell the story because Afeni wanted the story told. Everybody know that.